everyone, Dr. Jamie Guthiel. We're in the second part of my lumbar series. Today we're getting into some stretching and strengthening. If you missed part one, no problem. I left a link for that below and you can go through that first. As always, don't start any exercise routine if you're having any low back issues till you talk to your healthcare professional, and if anything hurts, don't continue to do it. So we're going to start with something that's called angry cat, cat cow. It has a million names. And we get into an all fours position. You can be on an extended hand. I prefer to be up on my fists. I'm more comfortable that way. You want to be kind of in a tabletop, so a flat back position to start. My head is not all bunched up and stuck down into my shoulders. My head is nice and extended out and lengthened so that my neck is comfortable. You can keep your head looking down at the floor through this entire exercise, or you can move the neck as I suggest, whatever is more comfortable for you. So the reason they call this cat and cow is we're going to go into the angry cat position. This is your angry cat. They push their back up, and they do this by sucking in their abs. I'm really pulling in here, although the first couple ones you want to do nice and easy. It's also called cat and camel or cat and cow, and here's kind of the camel. The head comes up a little bit, and this is where if you want you can leave your head down in neutral and you just drop your belly. And this is an active motion going back and forth. You can stop at the end of the motion and hold it. So I'm pulling in my abs, and I'm pushing up through my back, and I'm tucking my head in like I'm trying to reach my nose to my belly button. And I can hold that for a couple seconds, and then I go the other way. And I like to tilt my head back a little bit. And I'm just letting my belly drop. Feels really good. And we're going to do a few of these, so I'm going to speed them up a little bit. And about 10 is nice. This exercise is so versatile because it can be used as an end range stretch where you really pull in and hold it, or you can do it as an active loosening if you're tight and you just want to stretch through your back. So it feels good, and I've lost count, but we would want to do about 10 of these, and then we come back to neutral. And now we get to do exercises on our backs. Last time we talked about the pelvic rocking, and I had my hands, fingers on the pubic bone, palms towards the hip bone right here, and we rocked back and forth. But today we're actually going to do an exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull in the lower abs, which is where the pubic bone comes up, and then we're going to hold that for a count of 5, and then we're going to relax. Always making sure that there's no arching going on in this part of me. Arching would look like this. So I'm arching up through my shoulder blades, so you want to zip this down. Make sure this is zipped down and flat against the mat or the bed, wherever you're doing this. The trains are here. And we're going to pull in and we're going to hold it. Count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax and release. And we're going to pull in. Fingers are going to rise slightly, and we're going to hold it, and we're pulling in here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. And we're going to pull in again, and we're going to hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Breathing as you go always. I caught myself not breathing there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do just a couple more to get the hang of it. Always feeling for those fingers, the tips of those fingers to rise, which tells you the pubic bone is moving. And at that moment, actually, the lower back is kind of flat into the bed or the table or the mat, wherever you are. And then we let go and relax. Next, we're going to come up into a bridge position. To get into the bridge position, you want to have a neutral lower spine. So you don't want to be arched through the low back. That's where you have a tunnel underneath you. And you don't want to have yourself slam down, so I couldn't even get a string through here. It's so tight. You just want to have it nice and in between there. So no tunnels and no slam down, and you're good to go. And then we're just going to lift up, and we lift up through this area and using the feet as well, lifting up and coming up high. And for right now, in this video, we're just going to come right back down. We're just going to practice lifting and lowering. There'll be a nice angle from the knees to the hips. And if this feels difficult for you, you can lift just ever so slightly. So we're peeling off. We're leading in that pubic bone area, lifts first, and then the rest just follows. Coming up, using those feet, push through those feet, and breathing, and then we're going to come back down, and you're going to come back through your low back first, and then relaxing down. The last thing to contact the floor is the pelvic bone right here where the fingertips are, and that's the first part to lift up. Lifting up, and the low back peels off the mat, pushing up through the feet, nice and high, and that's great. And then we're going to come back down, one vertebrae at a time till we get to the bottom, and then the pelvic bone will rest on the floor. So we did some stretches last time. We're going to do something a little bit different. It's a piriformis stretch. This is a great stretch. You cross the leg over, entirely different than the knee to chest, and then you can bring the leg in by pulling on it. This is where a strap or a belt comes in handy if you can't reach your hands through to get your leg. You can use a strap, and we're going to pull straight in, and we're going to hold that for a good 20 seconds. I love angling everything. So then also you can grab your right hand onto the outer part of your leg, and in this position, my left hand is still keeping my left leg up so that I'm supported, but now I'm also very gently guiding my leg towards my left shoulder, and I'm getting a different angle of a stretch. And hold it in that direction for about 15 to 20 seconds, but you know, guide yourself too. Do what feels comfortable. When you feel done, you're done. And then we're going to switch sides. My left is going to cross over to my right. We're going to reach through, and we're going to pull this up. We're going to hold that about 20 seconds. Wow, I'm really tight there today. And then we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. I'm going to use my left hand to gently guide towards my right shoulder, getting a different angle. Holding that for about 20 seconds. Okay, great. Just relax down with your legs. You did a good job. This is wonderful to do really any time of day, even after you've been up for a short while. But look at my first video so you can see what to do first thing in the morning. And tune in for next time. We're going to get a little bit more advanced in the exercises. And don't forget, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel so you get all my health and wellness videos. Thanks, everybody.